So now I'm here in Bogota, and again I'm using the app of InDriver, which is something similar to Uber. The only difference is here it recommends you a price you pay. You see 12,000 is accepted, even though 15 was recommended. So now I'm connected to someone for 12,000. Perfect. Nice app. So here the first glimpse of Bogota. Just entered the taxi. And we basically driving towards the mountains. You see the very steep mountains. These are 4,000 meters tall. I remember arriving here about 20 years ago, and it was a very dangerous place, and the police at the airport, they were stopping me and asking me why am I going to Bogota, and they sent me right back out on a connection flight to Caracas in Venezuela. They said I shouldn't enter the city, and the airline actually, in fact, they paid for free for my onward flight because they would have to take me back to my destination otherwise. That's it. That was interesting. ¿Y este barrio es bueno o más o menos?
Más o menos.
¿Y la seguridad? También, ¿no? Sí, sí. Tranquilo, ¿eh?
Sí.
Well, this is my neighborhood here. As you see, very quiet. I always hear people, as soon as I said I'm living here, the first reaction I got from a foreigner was like, it is dangerous, man. You shouldn't stay here. Some parts of the city are dangerous, some are not. Well, I think it has more to do with, are you well traveled or not? And what's your personality like? It isn't dangerous to me. There aren't many places I could say they are dangerous. The world has become such a safe place when you think about it. So yeah, this up there, so it's basically a half kilometer. That's the absolute top neighborhood. You see those high rises on the hillside. That's the best neighborhood in town. And next week I'm moving there. I have another Airbnb already booked now for next week, a brand new one, and I will be moving there. But for me, I always like to live in the ordinary neighborhoods, get to know the local people and the local settings. And as we see, there's no danger. Where is it? Yeah, actually it's nice to be in Bogota in this area because it's really quiet. There's no pollution because down the mountain slopes comes the fresh air. So up there you see the little white temple up there. That's Montserrat. And from there you have a really nice view of the city center and the high-rise buildings of Bogota. And that's also not far from Candelaria area. So tomorrow I will probably make it to both places. Depends. Well, come with me and walk through through some bad parts of Bogota. Basically, that's what some people at least refer to as the bad area. Let's just see what's happened. I tried to go up that hill today, the hill over there. Well, the hill, that's actually the Andes, and since Bogota is already in 2,600 meters altitude, it doesn't really look like a mountain, even so it's 3,600 meters high. From here it's only another 1,000 meters up, so it's a nice view from there over Bogota. There are 3-4 different points where you can have a lookout, and I won't be going all the way up today. That's way too difficult to walk. But tomorrow or the other day I'm going to Montserrat and take the cable car up. But there's another viewpoint, like 300 meters perhaps uphill, and I'm gonna go there today. Bogota, you have to take advantage of the good weather. So whenever there's sun outside, you should leave everything behind and just go outside, because this city doesn't have many sunny days per year. Fish and chips. We are in England here, in London or where? So we're getting closer to actually an upscale neighborhood. I know you can't really see a big of a difference, so don't I. I mean, that's Bogota. Bogota isn't a beautiful place really, so nevertheless we are getting to a better neighborhood as we go further uphill. Yeah, now it's getting a bit more upscale, nice, a bit nicer apartment blocks. This is a Café Quindío, that is from the state of Quindío. This is definitely the best coffee. I mean, the best mainstream coffee in Colombia. If you're ever gonna go and won't be visiting a finca, a private finca like I did, I can highly recommend. Go to Café Quindío, drink it there, or take the coffee home. That is absolutely the best of Colombia. And Carulla is an upscale supermarket chain. Has some shops in Cartagena and Boca Grande, and usually in the upscale neighborhoods only you find Carulla. They are loaded with imported food and good stuff. It's really worthwhile going. Okay, let's keep going further up. Yeah, I mean, if you have to live in Bogota for whatever reason, you should get an apartment somewhere here, because I can feel the air is fresh here. The pollution is blown down the mountain slope and further down into the city. So basically that's as upscale as it can get in Bogota. Bogota itself again isn't really a beautiful city, so I'm going further up there. And I would never want to stay in Bogota, that's for sure. It's not a place to be. If you visit, yeah, stay even a month, that's fine. But generally in Colombia, I would say stay in the zona cafetera, but if you don't like the smaller cities, then live in Medellin. And that's why most people actually move to Medellin, most foreigners who come here. I remember years ago, for the digital nomad life, they compared Medellin and Chiang Mai in Thailand with each other, and both came out equally well equipped for life. So I can definitely recommend, look at Medellin, go to Medellin, and if you live here longer, stay there longer. Now it's starting to go steep uphill. It certainly does get more upscale here. But I must say, every building entrance or the entire perimeter has electric fences and cameras on almost every building here. Reminds me a bit of Manila in the 90s. The rich people built themselves a little prison where they live in. And well, granted it's a luxury prison, but still I wouldn't want to live like that, having all my belongings always constantly watched and locked away. And believe me, those are people who never go traveling because they're afraid to leave their things behind. Actually, this is the way to Monserrate, as you see. Monserrate is further up there somewhere. Well, Bogota up here, it's actually quite nice, but of course it's fully upscale here. There won't be any cheap apartments, and I've seen even on Airbnb, daily apartments here are around $40 a night. But I'm sure if you rent on a monthly basis, you could get $1,000 a month. And if you work, well, then this isn't too much. And right on the mountain slopes, which assures you fresh air in the nighttime and daytime. I'm sure if you have your bedroom window towards the mountain and open it, there's going to be a nice breeze coming in. Well, it's too bad. I was walking and walking, and I'm standing in front of closed doors. So right now I can't go up there. That's too bad. But Monserrate is open. That is the next little hill, 1-2 kilometers further down, but I won't go there today. I will go there tomorrow. Well, that's Bogota. I went really quite a bit uphill today, and tomorrow, or maybe next week, Monday, today is Saturday, I will go to Monserrate. Well, in between the tall buildings here, some poor housing. I'm gonna give it a try next week. I don't want to keep going further on, that's too far. And La Paz is an interesting city to see as well. And there was this other guy who was just standing there. You saw him in the camera on the right side. He just, hey, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? La cámara, no, cerrar la cámara. But yeah, definitely, this is a shitty neighborhood. Imagine you're living in these blocks, housing blocks. That is not nice. That would be kind of stupid. Living in these brand new housing blocks, you probably pay more than $1,000 a month for sure. You're right on the upper hill. Imagine one of the top buildings, you have a view of the entire city. This is expensive, and then you're living right in a shitty neighborhood as soon as you turn the corner. As long as you go back, it's more dangerous it was, in fact. That's not the case anymore, I feel. I don't really feel that there's any immediate danger that somebody want to harm you, but back at that time it really was. There were some crazy guys, drugged up guys, cocaine-headed guys walking the streets of Bogota in almost any neighborhood. But nevertheless, these are the new buildings right here, and living right in between the shit. Slowly make my way back home. I don't know why, but this corner building there reminds me very much on Calcutta in India. For no reason particular, just it was my first thought when I saw it. So now I have to find another supermarket here. Una pregunta, ¿dónde está un supermercado? No un mercadito un poco más grande.
Allá en ese letrero verde, ese es un Carulla, ese es una tienda.
Ah, Carulla está bien, sí, sí. Carulla, perfecto, gracias. So apparently there's another Carulla supermarket. Yeah, this area is certainly more upscale here. That's the Bogota that I usually won't see when someone talking about Bogota. It's more like the center and the historical buildings. If you keep going straight down the road, another 1.5 kilometers, you're landing right in La Candelaria. I will probably take a bus there Monday or so and combine Candelaria with going up on Montserrat. Yeah, this is really a nice neighborhood. I just went to the supermarket. Carulla has some good stuff. And here's the brewery, Bogota Brewery. And I hope they're gonna sell me some beer to take home in a bottle. La cervecería de Colombia, está muy bueno. Ah, vamos a ver. Rubia. Es posible para probar esas muchas diferentes típicas.
Ahorita por protocolos de seguridad no le puedo dar a probar toda la cerveza.
Oh, gracias.
Esta es la Macondo, hecha a base de 22 tipos de café
Oh,
colombiano.
wow. Con café, ¿eh?
Café colombiano.
La,
Cremosa.
cerveza con café.
Sí.
One of those Chapanero neighborhood and passing Carrera 7. It's pretty upscale for Bogota at least. The place to stay. I only stay basically 3 blocks past this nice area, so who cares, right? And I'm paying half the price for my Airbnb of what you pay up here. Nice palm trees. Reminds me of Spain, Malaga. Looks just like that. Southern Spain and southern Italy a bit.